Recessions, which are periods of significant economic decline, are a natural part of the economic cycle. The frequency of recessions can vary, and it depends on numerous factors such as economic conditions, government policies, and global events. While I cannot provide real-time data, I can offer a historical perspective on the frequency of recessions based on the information available up until my last update in September 2021. In general, recessions are not predictable with absolute certainty, and their timing can be influenced by a multitude of complex factors. However, recessions have occurred at regular intervals throughout modern economic history. On average, the global economy has experienced a recession every 8 to 10 years. It is important to note that the duration and severity of recessions can vary widely. Some recessions may be relatively mild and short-lived, while others can be more severe and have long-lasting effects on the economy. Factors such as the underlying causes of the recession, government interventions, and the resilience of the economy can impact the duration and recovery process. Several well-known recessions have occurred in recent decades. For example, the Great Depression, which lasted from 1929 to the late 1930s, was one of the most severe economic downturns in history. In more recent times, the global financial crisis of 2008-2009, triggered by the subprime mortgage crisis in the United States, had a significant impact on the global economy, leading to a widespread recession. It's worth mentioning that not all economic contractions qualify as recessions. Economists generally define a recession as a sustained period of economic decline, typically measured by a decline in GDP, gross domestic product, for 2 consecutive quarters or more. Shorter periods of economic contraction may be referred to as economic downturns or slowdowns but may not meet the formal definition of a recession. To anticipate or predict the exact timing of recessions is challenging even for economists and experts. Economic forecasting involves analyzing various economic indicators, trends, and data, but it is inherently uncertain due to the complexity and interdependencies of the global economy. Governments and central banks play a significant role in managing and mitigating the impact of recessions through fiscal and monetary policies. These policies are designed to stabilize the economy, stimulate growth, and minimize the adverse effects of economic downturns. However, the effectiveness of these policies in preventing or mitigating recessions can vary depending on the specific circumstances and the nature of the recession. For now, bank CEOs are predicting a possible recession, but recent trends in the U.S. economy, such as dropping unemployment rates and acceleration of hiring, contradict this prediction. Another factor is the recent trend of the U.S. economy being stronger than expected, leading some economists to revise their predictions for a U.S. recession. Despite economists' predictions of a recession in the United States, the economy has remained resilient. The National Bureau of Economic Research defines a recession as a significant decline in economic activity spread across the economy that lasts more than a few months. While GDP fell in the first 2 quarters of 2022, economists attribute this to changes in trade and business inventories rather than the economy's underlying health. The Federal Reserve's aggressive interest rate hikes have led to concerns about a recession. However, American households have accumulated $2.5 trillion in excess savings, and consumers still have pent-up demand for travel, dining out, and attending events. The vast majority of economists do not believe the U.S. is currently in a recession, but many expect one in the second half of 2023 due to the Fed's high interest rates. On the other hand, some economists predict that a recession will likely come in 2023, with 33% believing it will happen before the end of June. However, high consumer spending, rising interest rates, and a solid job market have defied logic and historical precedent. While the recent collapse of 2 U.S. banks and the Federal Reserve hiking interest rates could spark a recession, history shows that raising interest rates to curb inflation has always resulted in a recession. Although economists use different indicators to identify a recession, it is difficult to define until it has reached an end. To prepare for a recession, individuals can work to pay down debt, bolster emergency savings, and develop multiple streams of income.